the other thing I wanted to ask both of you about, and I'm sure our listeners who are Liverpool fans are completely tormented by the way Klopp is behaving, leaving Coutinho and Firmino on the bench, and Chan last weekend, last Sunday, and then Lovren giving a stupid penalty away to drop 2 points. Then last night, West Brom 0-0. What do you make of Klopp, Liam? I haven't talked to you.
I'm in his corner, Eamon. I really am. I think he was unlucky not to win those games. I watched the Everton one. Everton got out of jail. They should have been 3 or 4 up by the time Everton equalised. They've been missing chances in the league of late, and last night was another game where they missed a few chances. But I think Klopp, to be fair, he's trying to keep his players. He hasn't got that. The squad is not that big, and he's trying to keep those attacking players he has, fresh and ready. Yeah. And it's a risk when you do that, because everybody turns around. How can you pick that team? How can you pick Solanke in front of Firmino, and how come
take
Chamberlain's in the team and Coutinho's and that? Yeah, but he could so easily have had two wins, Eamon, and nobody be saying anything. They'd be saying, "Oh, that's good management. He's keeping his players fresh for the Christmas period, where there's going to be a lot of games." So I feel a bit sorry for him, and I know I keep banging the drum about the money that they have to spend.
Yeah.
He's up there, and he's competing against clubs to have hugely outspent Liverpool. Yeah,
Liverpool's net spend in the summer was 8 million. John, Klopp, I've lost faith in him. I fell in love with him. I thought he was the greatest thing since sliced bread, which I have a tendency to do, but I've fallen seriously out of love with him now.
Yeah. Well, it depends which way you look at it. I'd look at it the opposite way to Liam, to be quite honest.
You called him first. You said he was a one-trick pony. It was a good trick, but it wasn't enough.
No. Well, they won't get a consistency, Eamon. I mean, if you talk about last weekend, I think the Everton match was a big match. And Liam would say, people may, well, they should have won it. But they didn't win it. And would they have won it with Coutinho and Firmino in it? Well, definitely would have a better chance of doing it. So I would look at it at a different way. I think when it comes to the Everton match, it was a huge match for the weekend. It was a local derby, and put your best team out, get in front, then make changes. But and his attitude afterwards was very, very disappointing.
Yeah,
to be honest.
He slagged off the Sky interviewer and told him that he knew nothing about football and didn't want to talk to him.
Didn't want to talk to him because he challenged him on the Lovren situation.
Yeah,
right now,
was it a penalty?
Definitely.
Liam, was it a penalty?
Yeah, pushed him. Bad.
It was a penalty.
Bad decision.
I think he was the only one in the country, Liam Klopp, that didn't think. Well, certainly didn't put the blame onto
himself,
Lovren, or himself. Yeah. And what he was saying in effect, I mean, they didn't deserve a penalty because we were so much on top. They didn't deserve a penalty.
Yeah, which was actually true because they were crap.
Everton were terrible.
Yeah.
But Lovren was at fault.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. But what Klopp was saying, because he'd be very frustrated, obviously, after the match, because Everton were terrible, to say, the referee shouldn't have given a penalty because we were dominated the game and Everton didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the point. No. The point was actually should have been criticising Lovren because it was any sort of defender when the Everton player was running away from the goal to give him 2 yards back instead of putting the Everton player made the best when he did follow, but he put his hand on the back. It was a definite penalty, there's no doubt about it. But what was disappointing was Klopp's approach to it afterwards. Instead of saying, my defender was wrong there. But I think over the weeks, I think I have a lot of time for him as well, Eamon. I think he's brave in what he does, but also foolish.
Yeah.
And I think he tries to justify it all the time. For example, when they played at Newcastle a few weeks ago, they dominated Newcastle, should have won the match, but it was poor defending again.
Yes.
Right. So after the match, he said, we're missing the chances, that's the problem.
Yes.
It wasn't actually the problem. You can still win 1-0 if the defenders are doing their stuff.
Yeah.
So I think he's in denial in the way that they actually defend, but can be brilliant on the day. But there won't be a consistency about Liverpool. There can't be if you're going to concede goals the way they concede goals.
Right.
Then and you don't spot it and put it right, then They'll have brilliant wins, but I don't think they'll have the consistency to really do it.
Okay.